So this seems like it was a lot of fun to play. I mean, even for a Bond villain, this guy is pretty out there. What was it like to sink your teeth into Silva?
I mean, I knew we had some good material in our hands, and then Sam came to me, and we discussed many options. And from that moment, when I talked to Sam, I knew there was something that, as you said, you can sink your teeth on and have fun with it, because he was more complex than maybe what I would expect, I guess.
Yeah, like how long does it take you to figure out what makes this guy tick internally?
You just work on that. You just work to try to find that thing that defines the character, and only that character. And I guess we were finding it while we were doing it. It was work in progress then. It was not something that it was written in stone beforehand. It was like, okay, let's try this way, let's try this other way, and then some things will pop out and it will work, and some others won't work. But Sam is there to tell you, no, don't go there, or yes, come back to this.
Yeah, I'm wondering about like rehearsal time, especially the scene between your initial scene with Daniel is so kind of unusual, but so and funny and weird. Was that played that way from the get-go, or did that take a lot of rehearsal to get to?
We rehearsed, we saw the different approaches to it, but then it's only when you're on the set and you have that adrenaline that you need to have on any set, that things start to happen. And of course they were written, but some others were not, and they were pointed out, but they were not specially written for the occasion.
I have a question from a contributor, Nick Bosworth. He asked, being that Bond has faced so many villains in the past, how did you approach making Silva stand apart from the others?
I don't know. I mean, again, it's really about how the character is described on the script and what's the material you're working with. That's something that you really react to with a yes or a no. And when I read it, I said, this seems interesting enough, because there's something personal in this character that I makes him more approachable. And then again, Sam Mendes came to me and gave me this word of, he told me to use uncomfortableness as a guide. And I like that word. I said, okay, let's create something uncomfortable to watch.
Yeah. Most actors are incredibly lucky to play at least one memorable villain. You've just nailed your second, I think, instant classic villain. How difficult is it to get into that psychotic state of mind?
I don't think it's difficult at all. I don't think it's more difficult than or easier than any other characters. It's always about trying to chase what defines that person. But there's always a person behind those roles. There's always a human being. That's what attracts me to do those roles or any other role. But it doesn't depend on you. Also, it depends on the movie, the story, the directors, the colleagues, the great actors. We're talking about No Country for Old Men, Coen Brothers, and Sam Mendes, James Bond. It's like, okay, I mean, you have good company that helped you to be very well protected.